Hi guys. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time being here, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for clicking on this video. In this video, I'm going to show you how you could take a simple SVG file and turn it into a rhinestone template. Now, if that is something you're interested in, my ask of you is that you stick around to see how I do it. Hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so. So let's get started in Silhouette Studio. Okay guys, we're in Silhouette Studio and this is the SVG that we are going to use today to make this rhinestone shirt. Now I got this SVG of Creative Fabrica and I decided that I am going to manipulate it and make it look even more beautiful. So what I'm gonna do, the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm going to select everything. Okay, so I know that everything is selected because when I use my mouse and I drag, so let me do it here for you to see. You see this little dash line? When you're selecting, ensure that that dash line is all around what you're doing. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna select everything. Okay, and what I'm gonna do, I'm going to size it the size that I want. Now this could be done after you manipulate it, but I like to see what I'm doing, so I'm going ahead and I'm just manipulating this. Now the next thing I'm gonna do, I want it to even be more beautiful. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna change this hope to a different color. So you could go ahead and change all your designs to whatever color you want, but I'm going to change the hope to a different color, and I'm gonna go over here to my left where you see these little icons. I'm gonna go to where the heart is and I'm gonna click on a heart. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm going to use this and I'm gonna make a heart. Okay, I'm gonna make a heart. I don't want this heart to be very big. When I make the heart, it's gonna, if you click on it, it's gonna continue to make hearts. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go over here and click on the A just to ensure that I don't make more hearts than I'm supposed to do. So in order for you to see this, I'm going to change the color heart to red, and I'm gonna go over here to where you see this box right here where I'm hovering, and I'm gonna take that line off. You don't see the line, but it is there. Alright, so the next thing I'm gonna do, so what I should have done, let me go ahead and duplicate this. So to duplicate this, I'm gonna press Ctrl D. I'm gonna duplicate it, I'm gonna put it to the side. You should always practice duplicating your work. I always duplicate first, and then when I manipulate it, I duplicate again in case I want to turn it into another rhinestone template. Now what I'm gonna use today to do this, I'm gonna use SS10, but you could totally use SS6. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to click on the heart. I'm going to take it over here where you see this word love. Okay, so remember I told you I'm going to manipulate this so that it looks even better. So we're taking a basic SVG and we're going to spice it up so it looks really nice. So what I'm gonna do, now that I have this heart, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go over here where you see this star right onto my right. I'm going to click on it and I'm going to go and make an offset. Now the reason why I'm making an offset is because I want to cut out that heart shape out of the word love. So I'm gonna go here where it says offset, and the size offset, the distance that I want this offset is gonna be a 0.125. Now you need to understand that if you're using an SS10 stone, an SS10 stone is about 0.130 in size. So I usually just go a little bit like 5, you know, a little bit lower than that, so I usually make it 1.25 because I like when my rhinestones are nice and sweet. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to click on it. I'm going to change the corner. I'm gonna leave it as a rounded corner, and I'm gonna press apply. When I press apply, you're gonna see that the offset is there. But in order for you to see what I'm doing, let me just bring you closer. In order for you to see what I'm doing, so you notice that there's an offset around the heart. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm gonna do two things. I'm gonna click on the offset is selected because it's not showing any color, because the offset doesn't have a color. But what I'm going to do, I'm gonna press shift and I'm gonna press on the heart. Why I did that? Because I want to scoot it over a bit. I still want it to stay on the word love. I don't want it to really come off. So this is okay. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and click back on the heart. See, nothing is selected, but I'm gonna change the color. So just for you to see what I'm doing, I'm gonna put it in purple. Okay, so I'm gonna press shift, okay, and I'm gonna click on the word love. Now let me take it down a bit because I want you to see what I'm doing. Right now, I know that the purple heart is selected. I'm going to press shift and I'm gonna click on the word love. When I do that, I'm going to go over here where you see this square and circle intersecting. I'm gonna click on that and I am going to press subtract. When I press subtract, there are a few things that happen. I want you to pay attention. You see that purple is gone. That's what we want. You'll also see that there are boxes around the L, the O, the V, and the E. It means they are ungrouped. So what I'm gonna do before doing anything, I'm gonna go up here where it says object, and I'm gonna group those back. Now that is okay. Now this basic SVG file now looks more beautiful. So what I'm gonna do is I want this to have a outline. I want outline to be on faith, I want outline to be on hope, and I want the outline to be on the word love. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna change this hope back to black. So I'm gonna just use my dropper tool and change it to black. Now the reason why I'm doing that, because I just want to make one solid piece and then I go ahead and manipulate it. Now what I want to do is to make this faith, hope, love a compound path. Why? I want it to be one image so that I could do just one internal offset and that's it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna click on faith, I'm gonna click on hope, I'm gonna click on love, and I'm gonna go up here and I'm gonna make it a compound path. When I make it a compound path, it's gonna be a solid object. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go over here back to my offset tool. I'm going to click on internal offset. Okay, I'm gonna keep my spacing because my distance, because I am using a 10 SS stones, and I'm gonna click on apply. When I click on apply, you are going to see that all these words are ungrouped. I'm gonna go up here and I'm gonna group it back. Okay, so what I'm going to do for the outline, I am gonna just go ahead and put that in rhinestone. So to go and open a rhinestone palette, I'm gonna put an edge, okay, on that. Now this is what you have when you put the edge, but I like my rhinestones a little bit closer, so I'm gonna go here and I'm going to make it a 0.015. That brings my rhinestones much closer, and that's what I want. Now for the inside, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make it into a different color. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make it into a pink. All right, let me do green, and I am gonna take that off. Now you could go ahead and just make this into just one object, which is what I want to do at this point. I was gonna make it into a different color, but then again I thought about it and I'm saying if I make it into different color from this here, I will have to maybe waste more flux. So I could just cut this out as one, the green, I'm talking about the green. I could just cut the green out as one solid object, and then when I'm putting in my colors, then I could, you know, change it up. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make the inside, which is the green, a rhinestone design. So I'm gonna press on the green and I'm gonna press on radial fill. Now this is what you're gonna have. Now there are a few things I would like to do. Okay, so I'm gonna click on everything. Okay, and at this point you could manipulate the size because we have not released any stone as yet. I could drag it down a little bit. I could do anything I want. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it as 11.9, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to make this heart into a rhinestone. Okay, so that looks good, and I think this is okay. What we could do now is we could go ahead and release the stones. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let me change the color green because I know it's hard to see when I'm doing moving the stone. So I'm gonna make it into another green. Okay, so I made it into another green. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to release these stones, and I'm going to clean this up by moving stones, putting stones where they're supposed to go. Another thing that I want to point out, this is gonna take approximately 3,782 stones. At the bottom it tells you how much stones you're gonna need. So I'm gonna go ahead and release the stones. Okay guys, so you see that all the stones have been released. There's a box that comes around it. So what you could do now is to go in and manipulate these stones, turn things around, move them around, bring stones closer, take stones that are on each other. What I like to do is to change all these color stones to the color that is on the inside. That's what I like to do. You could just leave it like this if you want, but I just like changing these into a different color. So what you could do, so let me zoom up. What you could do is go ahead and copy a stone and just put it in spaces that needs extra stones. Okay, so I don't want to bore you doing this part, so I'm gonna clean this up and then I'll show you how to go ahead and bring it into Cricut design, please. How to make it a compound path. So I'm gonna clean this up and then I will show you what to do next. Okay, so I finished moving around the stones. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to group everything and make it a compound path. Alright guys, so now what we're gonna do, we are going to go ahead and make this a compound path. So what you're gonna do is go up to edit, then create select by color. Then you're gonna go to the by fill. Now you have by line and by fill, but what we're using is the by fill because remember we took off all the lines from around these. So I'm gonna go to the by fill. I'm gonna first select my black. When you select your black, you're gonna see, let me bring it up just a little closer. you're going to see a box around all the black. I'm gonna go up to object. I'm gonna press group. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna make the black into a compound path. So you're gonna go back to object. You're gonna go to object, you're going to do make a compound path. When you make it a compound path, the color will go away. But this is a good thing because now you could look and check to see if there are any overlapping stones or if there are any stones sitting on each other. Okay, so it looks good. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put back my color. I'm gonna put it back to black, and then I'm gonna take that line off. Okay, now the black is turned into a compound path. We're gonna do the green. So I'm gonna click on green. I'm gonna go up to object, group. Okay, now it's group. We're gonna go ahead, go to object and make a compound path. Okay, now that we make it into a compound path, you need to check to see that everything is okay. Looks okay to me. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna press object. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna change the color. No, I could change it back to pink or green. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and take the line off. Now this looks good. I'm gonna do the same thing for the red. Gonna group it. Gonna turn into. Then I am going to go ahead and make it into maybe pink, doesn't matter. Then I'm gonna take it off. Now this is good. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna select everything and I'm going to group it together. And there you have it, guys. That's how you turn an SVG into a rhinestone template. Now I'm gonna bring it into Cricut Design space for us to see how it looks. So I'm gonna first save it, file, go to file, go to save selection, save to hard drive. I'm gonna save it as faith, hope, love, and I'm just gonna put my measurements there because that's gonna be important. So my width is 11.131 and my height is gonna be 10.004, and I'm gonna save this as an SVG and I'm gonna press OK. Alright, so now let's see how it looks when we bring it into Cricut Design space. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna press upload image, browse image, and then I'm gonna search for faith. I'm gonna search for faith, hope, love, which is this. I'm gonna press open. This is what we have. I'm gonna press continue, then I'm gonna upload it. Now when you bring it into Cricut Design space, you need to check your size to see if your size is the same size. This is very important. If it's not the same size, you have to make it into the size that you have done it into Silhouette Studio, or else you're going to have incorrect measurements in terms of the stones. The stone size will change. So if you check, if you look, you see that the size, it came in the correct size and everything looks good. See, if I click on it, you see that the size is 11.31131 and 10.004. So all you're gonna do is go ahead, cut it out, brush in, and enjoy your rhinestone shirt. So if this is helpful, let me know in the comment section. Do not forget to give me a thumbs up and turn on the post notification bell so you'll be notified each time I make a video. Until we meet, I'll see you in my next one. Bye.